Hello and welcome to another evening of Legacy Gaming with Atari Man 71. This is episode 20 in a collector series. I have three new games for you this evening. I have Fun with Numbers, I have Hangman, and I have Roadrunner. And I will get into the games, the information on the games. So first I'm going to play Fun with Numbers. So Fun with Numbers was also called Basic Math when it originally came out. I actually have the cartridge for Basic Math, and for whatever reason, I didn't bring it up. So I'm just going to play Fun with Numbers. I think they're identical. I haven't played Basic Math in a long time. And actually, I just bought another label variation of Basic Math today, the one with the number on it. So when that arrives, I have um, all of the original 9 games with the numbers on the cartridges. I'm going to do a little photo shoot and put them on Twitter. Just some of the pictures. It's pretty cool. It's just like a nice sub collection of my collection. Um, so Fun with Numbers was released in 1977. Actually, Basic Math was. It uses a joystick controller, and we didn't have this as a kid, and I didn't know anyone that did. Um, the game is also known as Basic Math, which was one of the original 9 games for the Atari 2600. The player's objective is to solve basic math problems. Game variations determine whether the player solves addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division problems, and whether or not uh, they could select the top number. So when we get into the instructions, you'll see some of the games. If you need to practice on your sevens, for instance, it'll go 7 times 3, and then you'll have to put the answer down. But if you just want a randomly generated thing, there's another version of the games later on in the series. I think there's 9 games total. The first 8 are the first 4 you select your number. The second 4 you don't select your number, and it's broken up: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. And then game 9 is random, and it just selects what you need to do. So the VGR ratings for this game, the graphics are rated as poor because it's just numbers on the screen. And the playability is 3, which is worth playing. We'll see about that. I will. Oh, so tonight I'm using my Wicco Command joystick. I'm using it because Roadrunner, you have to jump, and I find it easier to jump with this top button with my right hand. My right hand is stronger than my left hand, and when I was holding that smaller controller, I was bumping, and those buttons, I've mentioned it several times, are very sensitive, and so I would jump at the wrong times, and so I just switched to this one for the evening. So I will put in Fun with Numbers, turn off my static, let's see here, and turn the game on. Okay, this is game 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now if there's a 9, nope. So this is going to be simple addition. I'm going to put it in the A difficulty on both sides. We'll see if it gives me some hard problems. Okay, so this is interesting. You can hear the clock in the background, and it speeds up, I guess, when you get halfway through your time. I'll get one wrong on purpose, see what it does. So it shows you the correct answer. Um, so 90%. So I got an A in addition. I would have had 100, but you know. So this is subtraction. Actually, actually. I'm gonna run out of time here. This is an easy one. It's 4. I'm gonna leave it on the right answer, but I'm not gonna select it and see what it does. Put some real pressure on. Wow. So I think I got it right. Yeah, so even though I didn't push the button because I had the right answer in there, it gave me a correct score. So pretty straightforward. I'm not going to go through multiplication and division. I mean, that's. I'm going to do them in B, though, because, I can't do those in my head. So you see, these are pretty easy. So this, you have an unlimited amount of time also. There's no clock going. So this is probably better for kids, just if they're learning. And I also see this as being a good way, for kids to, parents to actually, if in the first ones you can pick numbers, and so you can actually work with your kids. So you can actually go to play a game and play it together. It's actually an interesting concept. And it's a game that kids could play with their parents, actually. Oh, 6 times 6. I'm sorry, I thought it was. I'm not even looking at the screen. So I'm going to get one wrong. 3 times 5 is 15. So 9 out of 10. So I'll do division one time. So this is going to be, this is the interesting. So here's the remainder. So the remainder is 2. So this is 1. So this is 2. Oh! I hit the button because I'm stupid. I got that problem twice. I wonder if it puts a 0 in the denominator ever. I wonder if there's zeros in this game at all. In the division. Probably not. So I got A's in all my addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. I actually made mistakes, so that's why I didn't get perfect scores on all of them. Oh well. So that's Fun with Numbers or Basic Math. I guess it is worth playing. And like I said, if you have a young kid, this actually probably is a good game to play with them. You know, teach them math. Teach them early too, you know, before the school's even teaching them. And it'll probably keep their attention because it is a video game. And the sounds are decent in the game. I will say that. The graphics are just numbers, but the sounds are decent. You know, they should actually rate the sounds. I know there's not a lot of sound in Atari 2600 consoles, but it's how they use it, you know. I think that game used it pretty well, you know, putting the little tones when you get it right or when you get it wrong, showing the wrong answers. Those are good traits. So next, I have Hangman. And Hangman is also known as spelling for Sears. I think Sears has a spelling game, and it is actually Hangman. Fun with Numbers and Basic Math actually is math for, I think, Sears as well. But we're not into Sears yet, so this is Hangman. So I'll give you my information on Hangman. So Hangman was released in 1978. I remember playing this as a kid, but I don't know where. Somebody I knew had it. But it's basically just as fun as the real game Hangman, although it doesn't draw the same way that you draw Hangman. You know, you draw the rope first, and then the head, and then the body. You know, this game, it's actually a monkey that's hanging from a gallows, for lack of a better term. I guess they didn't or couldn't make it seem like, you know, you were hanging a person, but I would think that they could make it a little better. But anyway, as in the traditional game of Hangman, the player must guess a letter of a hidden word. And with each wrong guess, a piece is being added to a gallows, with the ending either when the gallows is completed or when a word has been fully guessed. The player can select from a range of 4 difficulty levels from first grade to high school, and words can have a maximum length of 6 characters. Instead of a traditional man being hanged, as shown in the picture, a monkey is shown hanging from the gallows by its arm. Hangman consists of 510 words divided into 4 difficulty levels. So that's interesting. I did not actually read through all this. This is some information that I got off the internet. So there's a time mode where a player has to guess before a time limit expires, and but basically the basic game, you just pick letters. I'm gonna take a drink real quick. The game may be played in single player mode or 2-player mode, where the players play together. In 1-player mode, you have 11 attempts. In 2-player mode, the guessing may go on until one player wins. So VGR ratings for this game, the graphics are considered reasonable, and the playability is 2, which is dry, brief enjoyment. The graphics are rated 2, but the playability is also rated 2. Okay, so in the game, Game 4 was the highest difficulty. I'm going to put it in the B difficulty switches just so that I don't have a time limit. Okay, so nothing drawn, and I pick a letter. So if Price is Right, or not, Wheel of Fortune has taught me anything, R, hold on, S, nope, T, and then L, N, Okay, so I did RSTLNE. Okay, those are the Wheel of Fortune letters. Um, so let's, I guess A. I don't think there's going to be an O, but there's probably a U in here, maybe two. So I. Ooh. H. It's a rhythm. So that was actually a pretty hard word for Hangman. You know, you see, I got it pretty far there. So now, what's interesting is you hit game reset, and the score stays. You just go to the next. So, hmm, hmm, inside. No, there's no E, and there's no S. I might get this word wrong. So, incidentally, just if you're wondering, the letters go away after you guess them. Hmm. So, indigo. So I got two right, and I got them about to the same spot. That was a pretty easy word. So I'm gonna get the next one wrong. Starting out, I'm just gonna guess. Oh, in the black or in the blue brick. It's no guess. Jeez. I'm trying to think about what word this could be. This might be the last answer. Severe. Okay, so we see now what happens when you get it wrong. It shows you the word, and like I said, it's a monkey there. Um, I think originally they probably put it as Hangman, and people were like, "This is a kid game. We can't do this." So it's interesting that the sounds in my head, it goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's not a high school word. That's a first grade word. Anyway, I think you get the gist of the game at this point. I'm going to give up on this because I'm going to play Roadrunner next, and that game is interesting looking. I've played it just a little bit, maybe about a half an hour in preparation for this week's show. So I'll put the game in and show you what it looks like. So that was Hangman. Now we have Roadrunner. Beep beep. So this just basically shows you what the game looks like. It's unfortunate that, you know, the sprites for the players are just a single color here. But while this is running, I'm gonna actually mute it because it still plays the music and it'll be in the background. I kind of thought about it. It's like, oh, I can do that, and it doesn't need to be static. So the information I have about Roadrunner. Roadrunner was released in 1989. I was a junior in high school. um, it uses a joystick, and I didn't even know this game existed until the early 2000s when I first got a copy of VGR List. I'm like, Roadrunner? I didn't even hear of anything like that. And then I realized, oh, it came out way late. Like I was, Nintendo Entertainment System. I was well beyond Atari at that point. My Atari had broken when I was like, I don't know, 14 or something. I was using screwdrivers and jumping the control because I busted where I plug in the controllers. I'm worried I'm going to bust them again, but now I know how to solder, so I can fix it. But apparently, this is one of the last games that Atari released for the system, which is interesting because the game number is 2663, and they go up to in the 200s. I mean, the game numbers go pretty high, and I don't know why this game is so early on in my collection, but it's here, so we're going to play it. And, I would expect it to be up there by like Xenophobe or Clax or some of the games that were basically contemporary with 1989. Clax was in the arcade, and Xenophobe. I have a PAL version of that cartridge, and I don't know that I've ever actually played it. I just checked to see that it worked. When I bought it, I maybe bought it from Europe. So I bought a bunch of PAL games. I have a bunch of PAL games, and I don't have everything in place yet, but I have a plan so that when I do get to the PAL games, I can play them. I actually have a PAL Darth Vader Atari 2600. It uses 220 volts, but it converts it down to the same 9-volt power supply that the power pack that the US Atari 2600 run on. So that's convenient. And the plug is the same, so that's convenient as well. And I'll just talk about it a little here. And so then I'm going to run that into a PAL tuner that I've ordered. And that may get here the day that I plan to play my first PAL game. We'll see. We'll see if I'm able to play that. And then I have a box that will convert a PAL RCA signal, the 3 plugs, the yellow, the red, and the white, to NTSC, which is North American based, HDMI output. And so then I'll run it into my video capture card under the HDMI, and then I'll be able to capture it, and it will have the true colors, should have the true colors I don't know, it's a lot of conversion going on here. I have this going through a lot of conversion. I'm actually going to put a video up this weekend, hopefully. I'm actually going to film it this weekend, and maybe I'll get it edited and put up. But basically, what I do to capture the signal from the 2600 and put it all the way into my capture card so that I can play it on these screens. There's no modifications to my 2600. Well, technically that's not true. I replaced the video cable that comes out of the 2600 because the original one was super long, and so I had a very shielded monster cable. But then, incidentally, that goes into a long one that runs all the way to my VCR on the other side of the room. But that's pretty well shielded too. The RCA cable coming out of the 2600 was actually very well shielded because I used a lesser quality one and the picture got grainy and bad. So anyway, back to Roadrunner. So VGR rating for this game, the graphics are rated 4, which is good. I think this is the first one we've seen that's good. And the playability is 4 for fun. And from what little I played with it, I tend to agree. It's not irresistible. But it is pretty fun. And I've not really gotten that far in the game. I don't know how many levels there are. Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, so. Earlier when I was doing it, it was... Yeah, it makes all kinds of... Oh, so that's the cannon there. So, I've not seen a lot of this, so I'm going to watch through it a minute just to see what it does. So that's the cannon, obviously. And I may not play far enough to get that, so... Oh, it's going to show the same thing. So I'm just going to reset. And you just start running. You just push. So there, I ate some seeds. Ah, that's what happens when the truck hits you. And it's just there. And then it basically puts you back where you were. If you get the coyote hit... Okay, so that's end of level 1. So here's level 2. And it's pretty forgiving. Oh. See, that's the worst part, is it's game over. So this is level 2. It's got these cracks in the road. Let's see. That's what a landmine is. And I thought that was steel shot the first time I saw it. And so... I'm just going to take off. Oh. So I got 1,000 points because the coyote got hit too. I forget that it takes you back to where you were. Game over. I got high points, but to me it's all about how far. And you can just push the button. I don't need to hit the reset. I forgot about that. Oh, I missed those. And it says you can double back and screw up the coyote. I'm sure there's a pattern for the truck. Oh, I missed that. Oh. Stupid truck. Ugh. Game. I think people got so addicted to this game. Because I talked to somebody online today and he's like, oh, I love that game. Because you can just hit the button to reset. I thought I was past that. Dang it. See, I'm getting high points. I need to just avoid the bird seed. You know, I'm saying I'm going for distance, and then opportunities for points come, and I'm going for points. Ah! Was doing so good. I think this lane is actually pretty safe. Okay, end of level 1. Ugh. I pushed the button. I wish I could continue on this level. I'm going to see if I can stay in this lane and just get all the way. I don't know that I've ever seen a truck in this lane. It's going after the bird seed that screws you up. Can't believe it took me till now to figure this out too. End of level 1. Close. Oh! It's the first time I've been on level 3. Let's go up to my safe lane. Oh no. That was bad. Oh, I think that's the bird shot. Boy. See, that's what it says to do sometimes, is to double back and things like that. Sorry, I'm going to have to run through level 1 again. And I just skipped 100 points. Bleep. Looks like there's multiple safe ones. This one and 2 down from it seems pretty safe. I think they make the coyote kind of catch up to you to kind of freak you out. If you don't look at him and you just look at the cracks in the road, you get to the end of the first 2 levels and you don't have to do nothing. Okay, you can't go to the top level. Ah. How did he catch up to me? Jerk. Oh, he's got rocket skates. That's a landmine, that's it. Ah, all of that for like 2 minutes of play. All right, I think I'll do one more round, and that'll be it. You see those rocket skates on him? I didn't notice those. He kind of books when he's got those things going. So I'm just gonna run through. I know this is boring. I apologize. It's boring for me too. It'd probably be better if I went for some points, but I've not gone through and seen all this stuff, and I'm trying to show it to you too. So it's just like any 8-bit game. You know, you can memorize the pattern, and then probably, you know, collect up all the bird seed and do the game the way you're supposed to. You see here, when I'm just running, the coyote's nowhere near me. And, because I'm just flat out running. Okay, now go to level 2. Oh! I jumped too early. I did it again! Oh, now I'm going to have 1 life in the last level. If I get there. It's interesting that the coyote doesn't have to jump. Okay, level 2. I don't know how you get away from him. He gets those rocket skates on, and boy, there's no stopping him. I guess maybe you need to have him hit by something? The computer can't even seem to do it. So, I don't know if you know how to get past that level, you know, leave a comment or shoot me a note on Twitter, and maybe I'll play it again. and try it. You know, the game is kind of funny to see. The cartoon was pretty funny, but the game's not too bad. You know, it's from the 2600 cartridges. It's probably, see, now the graphics here, the body is yellow and the tail and the legs, and you know, if they had done that, you know, in game, that would have been awesome. You know, that would have looked perfect. And the coyote seems like he has different tones in him, but for some reason the Roadrunner does not. And it's a shame too, because, you know, they could do a lot with this game. but it's fun nonetheless. You know, if you have it or have a chance to play it, I recommend playing it. So I will mute this. So I'm gonna call it an evening. Friday night. It's episode 20. I'm 4 weeks in. I think now I have about 5 weeks to go. So about the middle of next week, I think I'll get halfway through just the Atari published games. Um, we're on what, 60 something? So I don't know. I'll figure out, and on Monday, I'll give you guys a schedule as far as how many more weeks of just Atari games, and then I'll play a day of Sears games, and then I'll get into the Activision games because that's really the games that I think honestly kind of made Atari as good as it was. I think they both depended on each other, and I think they both benefited from the relationship. I think even though at the time there was a lot of talk about, oh, Activision, they can't do this, and they were employees at Atari, and now they're doing this and that, and but you know what? Atari benefited from Activision because those games were very popular and they are very fun to play. So we'll see those shortly. I'll get through them, and then we'll get on to some of the lesser known publishers that are out there. I have a lot of games and some rare ones, some really rare ones. Roadrunner, I think, is a little rarer. I don't know that a lot of people have it. I bought it 20 years ago, actually. So if you enjoy this, please like the video. Please subscribe to my channel. Please follow me on Twitter. Please follow me on Twitch. I haven't had any Twitch visitors yet. So if you'd like to check out the stream, I put more information on the stream. I go over the instructions. I cut those out of the video since I don't own that content. And like I said, like and subscribe and watch my videos and follow me on Twitter. And as always, be healthy, be safe, wash your hands, and social distance. I will see you next week with another 3 games on Monday. And this weekend, I'm going to hope to do a film project where I put together a video of how I convert the signal to capture it to put it here on the internet for you. So um, until next week, have a nice weekend, and I will see you then.